What is good, producer family? Today I am back with a quick little introduction on the whiteboard to kind of explain the process and the journey of how artists buy beats. So I actually get to work with my buddy Umar, aka Uski610. I'll put a link to some of his music in the description below. You guys can check him out. He was telling me a little bit about his process of how he buys beats, how he finds beats, kind of how he goes about picking beats and whatnot. So I want to break this down and then show you guys the Google Ads setup of how we're gonna basically, yes, pay for views, but we're paying for the right people to listen to our beats and to find our beats. So let's get right into it without any further introduction or further whatever. Let's just get into it. All right, so the first thing first is an artist has to find your beats. That's the first thing they're gonna do. So I apologize for my handwriting. This whiteboard's also not screwed into the wall because I can't put screws into the wall like that. So the first thing that they're gonna do is find your beat. Now they can find your beat by typing in keywords, by having the video recommended to them. But when we use Google Ads, it's making it a lot easier because we can basically have, search, that's terrible, search ads. But you can have search ads. I'll put a little quick screenshot of what that looks like. So if somebody types in my case, Logic type beat, or it could be just kind of I believe it's just called the generic discovery ad. So you would see this on mobile. I'll put a screenshot of this on the screen right now. Desktop, it's to the right, but on mobile, it's literally right below the video you're watching. So that's how we kind of do it with ads. You're running the ad and paying Google and basically paying YouTube to be like, hey, show this to the people who meet this requirement and show it to a lot of people based on whatever my budget is, right? The next step, there's about 2 ways they can go about this. Some people, Uski says that he usually adds them to a playlist. Now in his playlist, he says it's just kind of beats that I vibe with, beats that I like and whatnot. You guys can imagine, right? This could be 60 to 100 beats that you kind of just get added to. Or they could download it right away, start writing to it, start recording to it. Basically what could happen is the next step, of course, would then be that's record demo. I'm sorry, I cannot write. But basically, right, they could record a demo to it. Now you guys can see, right, they have not purchased the beat yet. And let me explain this to you, right? By the time somebody finds your beat, they might playlist it, they might download it, but it might be freaking 2 to 3 months before they even get to the record demo part. Think about it, right? People get busy, people, they have a whole bunch of other beats to go through, right? It might be 2 to 3 months before they actually record the demo or even start writing to it, okay? Now, why would they buy the beat, right, in this area, right? Why would they buy a beat here if they're not sure that it's even gonna sound good when they record to it, right? So now, once they record their demo, and they're like, okay, I wanna put the song on my album, then they go back and buy the beat. Why would you buy a beat in this stage if you don't have a demo yet of an idea or think it's gonna fit well? Just because you rap along to the beat and it sounds good when you're rapping along to it, you don't know how it's gonna sound when you record, you don't know how it's gonna sound when you have it mixed. You wanna make sure your final product is good and then you buy the beat. So basically, right, there might be a 2 to 3 month, a 2 to 3 week gap between somebody finding your beat and then somebody actually buying your beat. A lot of producers want to just simply upload a beat and then 5 minutes later somebody buys. Now that will work for bigger producers who have a bigger brand established. You as a smaller brand, right, you're competing with 70 other people in these playlists. That's the start of this. Let's get into the actual video. I hope this turned out well. God, I have no clue. What is good, producer family? So here we are into the actual setup. I hope the whiteboard video could help you guys. I know the audio might not have been great, but just go with me there. So let's get into the actual setup now. So here we are into our campaign. So it's very easy. You're just gonna hit new campaign here in Google Ads. Now, what you can do, right, is we are going to be doing this for a video campaign. Now, if you do sales leads and website traffic, the only type of video you can run is a before ad or skippable in-stream ad. So that's basically an ad that you see before you watch a video. You cannot make it optimized for a discovery ad, okay? Or a search ad. So you can do product and brand consideration, brand awareness and reach, or you can do create a campaign without a goals guidance. So me personally, I just do product and brand consideration. Video, and then just hit continue. So for my ad that we did, I ran a $5 daily budget, so I'm gonna do the exact same. Now we're gonna adjust scheduling later on, but basically what you guys need to understand is that $5 a day especially for YouTube views, Google can run through that really, really fast. Okay, so if you try to run this thing all throughout the whole day, you're gonna get pretty much bad results because it can't really optimize because it's trying to spread your money so thin. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna schedule mine and I'll show you guys how to do that too. So then we're gonna go to networks and we're gonna just click off video partners on display network. That basically just says video partners extend the reach of video ads to a collection of sites and apps that appear in the Google Display Network. I only want this on YouTube for people typing in type beats on YouTube or people watching type beats on YouTube. As for locations, I just keep mine on the United States. It's just what I do. For languages, of course, English. Once more, I always tell you guys, listen, if somebody doesn't speak English, if they have a question, I can't help them. In terms of inventory type, I always put mine on expanded inventory. Reach more people that way. Now for additional settings, this is something big. We're gonna go to devices, we're gonna hit set specific targeting. I'm gonna tick off TV screens and tablets. Now TV screens are extremely cheap to pay for views on, right? But it's a TV screen. On your TV, you can't even get to the description or the comment section of a video, so how are you gonna go ahead and buy that beat? If you wanted to, you could go through device models, you could go through operating systems if you really want to, you can go through networks if you wanted to, blah, blah, blah. I don't worry about it. Now for ad schedule, right? This is where it kind of gets a little tricky. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to our YouTube analytics real quick. All right, so once we are in our analytics, we're gonna hit audience, and then we're gonna see this when your viewers are on YouTube. So basically what I can see is that there's a lot of people in between this, you know, what's that, like 2 to 5 range on most days, right? 2 to 5, pretty much my busiest days. So what you could do is just put it all days and then just set this for 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. if you really want to. Okay, that's when YouTube says most of my viewers are online. I trust that data, I trust that information. Now, if you cannot see this information on your channel, I will pretty much guarantee you that all of your viewers are more likely on at nighttime than they are in the morning. So you could you could just do what I'm doing, 2 to 5. You just kind of go in blind. It is blind and it's not the best, but if you don't have any data, you know, you can try 2 to 5. You can try 5 to 10, right? Basically, I'm only allowing a 3-hour gap for YouTube to spend all my money. If we told YouTube to run our ads all day, it wouldn't have enough. Our money would just be spread too thin. YouTube is not gonna have any issues spending your $5 in 3 hours. Trust me on that. All right, now for demographics, you could then once more go into your YouTube here. So what we can see is a lot of my audience is male. So that's what we're gonna do, we're gonna make it male. Then for the age range, right, we can see that everyone's in between 18 to 34. I even have some 35 to 44 year olds. So let's just click all of that off. Now, in terms of parental status or household income, I don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use keywords here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back over to our YouTube analytics. Believe it or not, these are very valuable to you. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit reach. And in our reach, we can see what people are searching to find our videos. So boom, Logic type beat, that's one of them. So we're just gonna copy and paste this in. Now, it doesn't say it here, but you could do free Logic type beat or Logic type beat 2020. Based on my estimates here of 19 million, I might have to adjust my hours a little bit longer. We'll see what happens there. Now for placements, don't worry. Now for topics and placements, don't worry about this. It's a little bit more advanced and something more you want to play with. Once more, we are just using keywords to help our beats sell. So now we are going to go to max CPV. Now, of course, everybody wants to pay 1 cent per view, but if you do that, YouTube's gonna have a hard time spending your money. So I start mine off at 5 cents per view. Odds are you're gonna land in about 2 to 3 cents per view most of the time. Now, we have to go get our video link that we wanna promote. So here's a beat we recently uploaded. I'm not, of course, gonna run this ad. Just copy and paste the link in. Now, make sure it is video discovery ad. All right. Now, what YouTube is gonna tell me here is this is my weekly performance, okay? Right. 700 to 10 to 1.6 thousand views.
So this is my weekly estimate on YouTube. Now, what you could do is you could change stuff around and see how YouTube is going to change that for you. So let's add an extra hour to this. Let's make this go till 10 o'clock at night. See what happens there. Let's go to 11, see what happens there. Our audience size, our impressions are going up a lot, but we're really not changing here. So we'll just keep it at that. Why not, right? Also, what you could do is you could type in, let's think about it, right? In terms of logic beats, they're also kind of boom bap type beats, right? What you want to think of here is what keywords are people typing in to find your videos, okay? It's just that simple. If you're making trap type beats, you of course don't want to take any of my information, okay? You know, if you're making Drake and Gunna type beats, Drake type beat 2020, Gunna type beat 2020. It's pretty easy to do all that. Now, in terms of headlines and descriptions, you can figure that out yourself. You know, odds are I usually just paste my actual title in. Boom, free for nonprofit. Now you can click on desktop, you can see it there. And it's just that simple, guys. It's just that simple how you run Google Ads. So once more, to give a quick rundown of all of this, we're going about $5 a day on a daily budget. Make sure you have your video partners on the display network turned off. I only have mine set to US. Make sure they speak English. In your additional settings, turn off tablets and TV screens. It is really, really hard to try and open. I don't even think you can open the description on a TV screen, okay? So don't do TV screen. Ad schedule, once more, $5 can be spread thin. So if you think that, you know, you can knock it down, you can make it bigger. Of course, with the ad schedule, I want to limit this so that way my $5 isn't spread completely thin. We want to use our analytics on our actual YouTube page to pull up our demographics. We want to use the reach tab on the analytics to see what keywords people are searching in. You could also do keyword research with vidIQ to even do more of this stuff. Put our max CPV at 5 cents. Odds are YouTube's going to have to work this through, and then your CPV will go down as the week goes on. Hit create campaign. And it's just that easy, guys. That's the setup. If you have any questions, let me know.